Many Americans remember exactly where they were on September 11th, 2001. And a lot of people watched the events of that tragic day unfold in a classroom.
News 8's Jenna Traum joins us live with one teacher's story of the day he'll never forget.
Mike and Lisa, the terrorist attacks of 9/11 left teachers across the country struggling to explain a national tragedy to a room full of students. Today I talked to a social studies teacher at La Crosse's Central High School who remembers the confusion and struggles of that day. Central High School teacher Jim Hansen was teaching world history to freshmen on a day that history was made.
I remember them asking, who it was, why it was happening. I do remember having a real deep, abiding sense that things would never be the same in this country, and I remember verbalizing that to the classes.
As a teacher, students expect you to have all the answers. But September 11th, 2001 was one time Hansen was unable to respond to their questions.
I didn't have answers myself. I don't think anybody did. And I think the best we could do was to be there for the students. I think schools provide a sense of safety and security for kids, and I think that was evident that day.
Now, nearly 10 years later, talking to students about the terrorist attack brings up some different issues. These are students that have grown up in the aftermath of 9/11.
My students now are freshmen and sophomores. They were 4 and 5 when this happened. And I've asked them what they remember. Some of them barely remember anything about it.
The way Hansen approaches the subject of 9/11 in his classroom is different today than it was in 2001. Now he focuses more on the changes America has seen since the attacks. Things like airport security, the political landscape, the financial impact, and the country's sense of security itself. But it's these often politically charged long-term effects that can present some challenges in the classroom.
It's important that we present factual information in a non-judgmental way. This has turned out to be a political issue at times, and we need to be careful to not try to sway students to believe one way or the other.
And child and adolescent therapist Julie Conway says discussing such a sensitive topic in the classroom can be difficult.
When you're talking with 30 kids compared to just having a dialogue with 1 or 2 kids, the challenge is that they're all going to have different feelings and memories and reactions.
It may be a touchy topic, but it's one that students will continue to learn about in their classrooms for years to come.
It's one of those events, one of those momentous events that has become sort of frozen in time.
And in the pages of history textbooks. Conway tells me one of the most important factors when talking to children about 9/11 is creating a secure, open environment. She says kids need to feel like it's safe to say how they feel about it and get their questions answered.
Thanks, Jenna. And the state superintendent sent a letter to public school districts last week urging educators to help students understand the impact of 9/11.